Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather to explore a profound and often misunderstood topic: the divine interaction with those who exhibit narcissistic tendencies. Narcissism, characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention, and a lack of empathy for others, is a trait that can cause significant harm to both the individual and those around them. Yet, in the grand design of the universe, there is a higher power at work, one that ensures balance, justice, and ultimately redemption. This speech will delve into 10 ways in which God interacts with narcissists, not out of malice, but out of a desire for truth, justice, and transformation. 1. Divine justice and accountability. God's justice is not always immediate, but it is inevitable. Narcissists, who often manipulate and exploit others for their own gain, will eventually face the consequences of their actions. Whether through the loss of relationships, the collapse of their carefully constructed facades, or the natural repercussions of their behavior, God ensures that no one escapes accountability. This is not a punishment, but a necessary correction, a way to restore balance and teach the value of integrity. 2. Exposure of true character. One of the most powerful ways God works in the lives of narcissists is by revealing their true nature. Over time, the masks they wear begin to slip, and their actions betray their words. This exposure is often painful, both for the narcissist and those around them, but it is necessary for growth. When the truth comes to light, it creates an opportunity for self-reflection and potentially change. 3. Humility through trials. Narcissists often believe they are invincible, superior, and above the rules that govern others. However, God allows trials and challenges to enter their lives to humble them. These trials can take many forms: failure, loss, or even the realization that their actions have caused irreparable harm. Through these experiences, the narcissist is given a chance to confront their own limitations and begin the journey toward humility. 4. Breaking down the ego. The ego is the fortress of the narcissist, a wall that shields them from vulnerability and self-awareness. Yet God often uses pain and failure to break down this fortress. When the narcissist's carefully constructed world begins to crumble, they are faced with a choice: to continue in their destructive patterns or to seek a deeper understanding of themselves and their impact on others. This breaking down is not an act of cruelty, but a necessary step toward healing. 5. Protection of the vulnerable. God is a protector of the weak and the vulnerable. When narcissists harm others, especially those who are defenseless, divine intervention often occurs to shield the innocent. This protection can manifest in many ways: through the support of friends and family, the exposure of the narcissist's behavior, or the removal of the narcissist from a position of power. God's priority is always the well-being of those who are hurt. 6. The gift of self-awareness. One of the greatest gifts God can give a narcissist is self-awareness. This often comes through moments of crisis or deep introspection. When the narcissist is forced to confront the pain they have caused, they are given an opportunity to see themselves as they truly are. This moment of clarity, though painful, is a crucial step toward transformation. 7. The consequences of isolation. Narcissists often push others away through their behavior, leading to isolation. This isolation is not a punishment, but a natural consequence of their actions. God allows this to happen so that the narcissist can experience the emptiness of a life lived without genuine connection. In this solitude, they may begin to seek a deeper, more meaningful way of living. 8. The call to repentance. God's ultimate desire for the narcissist is not condemnation, but redemption. Through the consequences of their actions, the exposure of their true nature, and the breaking down of their ego, God calls the narcissist to repentance. This is not a call to shame, but an invitation to turn away from destructive patterns and embrace a life of authenticity and empathy. 9. The power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a central theme in many spiritual traditions, and it plays a crucial role in the lives of narcissists. God offers forgiveness to those who seek it, but this forgiveness is not a free pass to continue harmful behavior. It is a call to change, to make amends, and to strive for a better way of living. For those who have been hurt by narcissists, forgiveness is also a path to healing, allowing them to release the burden of anger and resentment. 10. The possibility of transformation. Finally, God always leaves the door open for transformation. No one is beyond redemption, not even a narcissist. Through the trials, the exposure, and the breaking down of the ego, God provides a path toward a new way of being. This transformation is not easy, and it requires a willingness to confront painful truths, but it is always possible. In the end, the narcissist has the opportunity to become someone who contributes to the world in a positive and meaningful way. In conclusion, the interaction between God and narcissists is not one of punishment, but of correction, redemption, and transformation. God's actions are always rooted in love, even when they are difficult to understand. For those who have been hurt by narcissists, there is comfort in knowing that divine justice is at work. And for the narcissists themselves, there is hope. Hope for a life lived with authenticity, empathy, and genuine connection. Thank you. Divine justice and accountability. God's justice operates on a scale that transcends human understanding, ensuring that every action, whether good or bad, is met with an appropriate response. For narcissists, whose lives are often characterized by manipulation, exploitation, and a lack of empathy, this divine justice manifests in ways that may not be immediately apparent, but are profoundly impactful. The narcissist's belief in their own superiority and invincibility is often met with circumstances that challenge this illusion. Over time, the consequences of their actions catch up with them, whether through the loss of relationships, the erosion of trust, or the collapse of their carefully constructed facades. This is not a vengeful act, but a necessary correction, a way to restore balance and teach the value of integrity. God's justice is not about punishment, but about accountability, ensuring that no one can indefinitely escape the repercussions of their behavior. This process often serves as a wake-up call, forcing the narcissist to confront the reality of their actions and the harm they have caused. In this way, divine justice becomes a tool for transformation, guiding the narcissist toward a path of self-awareness and ultimately redemption, exposure of true character. One of the most profound ways God interacts with narcissists is by ensuring that their true character is eventually revealed. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, often presenting a carefully curated image to the world while hiding their darker tendencies. However, this facade is not sustainable in the long term. God allows circumstances to unfold in such a way that the narcissist's true nature is brought to light. This exposure can be painful, both for the narcissist and for those who have been deceived by them, but it is a necessary step toward healing and growth. When the truth comes out, it creates an opportunity for the narcissist to confront their own behavior and for others to protect themselves from further harm. This process of exposure is not about humiliation, but about truth. It is a reminder that no one can hide from their actions indefinitely, and that honesty is the foundation of genuine relationships. For the narcissist, this moment of revelation can be a turning point, offering a chance to break free from the cycle of manipulation and begin the journey toward authenticity. Humility through trials. Narcissists often operate under the illusion of their own superiority, believing themselves to be above the rules and challenges that others face. However, God allows trials and difficulties to enter their lives as a means of humbling them. These trials can take many forms: personal failures, professional setbacks with the loss of relationships. But their purpose is always the same: to break down the narcissist's inflated sense of self and bring them face to face with their own limitations. This process of humbling is not meant to crush the individual, but to create an opportunity for growth. When the narcissist is forced to confront their own vulnerability, they are given a chance to develop empathy and self-awareness. These trials serve as a mirror, reflecting the narcissist's true self and challenging them to change. While this process can be painful, it is ultimately a gift, offering the narcissist a path toward a more authentic and fulfilling way of living. Breaking down the ego. The ego is the cornerstone of the narcissist's identity, a fortress that shields them from vulnerability and self-awareness. However, this fortress is not impenetrable. God often uses pain, failure, and loss to break down the narcissist's ego, creating an opportunity for genuine transformation. When the narcissist's carefully constructed world begins to crumble, they are faced with a choice: to continue in their destructive patterns or to seek a deeper understanding of themselves and their impact on others. This breaking down of the ego is not an act of cruelty, but a necessary step toward healing. It is a process that strips away the layers of self-deception and forces the narcissist to confront the truth about who they are and how they have lived their life. While this process can be incredibly painful, it is also incredibly liberating, offering the narcissist a chance to rebuild their identity on a foundation of authenticity and empathy rather than manipulation and self-aggrandizement. Protection of the vulnerable. God's love and justice extend not only to the narcissist but also to those who are harmed by their actions. One of the ways God interacts with narcissists is by protecting the vulnerable from their manipulation and exploitation. This protection can take many forms, from the support of friends and family to the exposure of the narcissist's behavior, or even the removal of the narcissist from a position of power. God's priority is always the well-being of those who are hurt, and he often intervenes to ensure that the narcissist's actions do not go unchecked. This protection is not just about shielding the vulnerable from harm, but also about creating an environment in which healing and growth can occur. For those who have been hurt by narcissists, this divine intervention can be a source of comfort and hope, a reminder that they are not alone and that justice will ultimately prevail. For the narcissist, this protection of the vulnerable serves as a wake-up call, challenging them to confront the harm they have caused and to seek a better way of living. In this way, God's protection becomes a tool for transformation, guiding both the narcissist and their victims toward a path of healing and redemption.